This Monday at 7 on S3, it's the Spare Room Challenge on My Design Rules.
Today's judging day.
Look, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit intimidated.
My brain is just running through all of our little to-do list items.
The adrenaline is running high. There's a lot to do. We need to stay focused. Yeah, we haven't slept.
Duos, officially, your time is up! So open up your everyday to the extraordinary with My Design Rules. Monday at 7, only on S3. The stage is set and the duos are on the clock to work towards their first space. And it can be anything but a bedroom. Now, this means that the options are endless and sometimes too many choices can cause some issues. For the grand prize of up to 600,000 Rand from Capitec, the duos will have to bank on each other to get the job done.
Today I am shopping at Buco in Paarl. We are here to find some data rails, and then for another DIY that we're doing in our first challenge room is a lime wash paint. So brushes, paint buckets and some drop sheets. A data rail is actually a very vintage way of decorating a space, and because we have such a modern and classical blend of styles, keeping it quite streamlined, slimlined and modern, like this one. This is the perfect one. The next step would be to cut them, measuring, marking out the lengths and the heights of each, and then getting those 45-degree corners perfect. It's interesting how both of us coming from Paarl, even with our age gap, you know, we are so in line with the design style. It's mind-bothering. We're planning to do a study, keep it paid back for this challenge, but sophisticated, and create that calm environment for someone to go and have a moment to themselves.
Cool, now we've got all our measurements done, so let's cut it and get it done.
Well, I'm busy lining up the wallpaper before I can put any glue on it or the wall. This is a very important part of the process because if you don't do this, you will mess up the pattern.
The wallpaper is one textured. We love textured walls. I think that really brings a lot of warmth into the space. Already it's a cozy room, so we want to, make it feel like it's scrumptious,
We are looking really, really good for time. In fact, I might take Sunday off and go to the spa house.
I find it really de-stressing, just checking all the alignment, using my hands.
2 meters. I've got all of them at 1.9.
That's not supposed to be there. I think somewhere got a little lost in translation. This was going to be a two-way light switch. We canceled the two-way, but now unfortunately it has been cut into, and this is definitely a reminder to make sure that whatever you decide, you communicate to everyone on site.
The marble people and Ease Life Kitchens did help us come up with a creative solution. They've extended our backsplash all the way up over it. It also makes more sense from a practical point of view, considering that we do have some plumbing here. We do want to protect the joinery beyond it, so it makes sense to bring up the slab. It's actually a bit of a blessing in disguise.
In disguise, exactly.
We have some vinyl flooring coming in herringbone. Now, I'm a big fan of vinyl. It's not like tapete, but like this tapete. That's what people think vinyl is, but vinyl has really come a long way over the last, couple of years. It's a comfortable finish to have as a flooring finish.
We are using oak vinyl floors, and we are using in a very interesting way. We are going for a chateau floor, which is more of a square pattern with your 45-degree angle patterns in between. It's a time-consuming thing to do. We're sure it's going to pay off because we want to do something a bit different, but it does also allow for some opportunity or for mistakes.
Parador is amazing. They are our absolute lifesavers with our laminate selection that we chose from them. It's an easy click-in floating installation, and before we know it, I guess our floors will be done.
Today we are fitting our lovely oak veneer ceilings. We're a bit pressed for time, but our lovely carpentry team is working overtime, and we're really confident that we'll be ready by judging. The adrenaline is running high. There's a lot to do. We need to stay focused. Yeah, we haven't slept. Basically, the entire room is being featured as a Buco room. We are actually doing the ceilings in oak veneer boards. They had to be fitted last in order to fit all the panels first because it's very important to get your grains to line up.
So we bought these 2 baskets for our DIY project, and we also bought 2 lamp holders with a nice sort of wooden finish so that we can match that and match our floors, which I think is great. You'll see we bought something that's got a bit of an open weave so that once the light bulb is in there, it shines bright and creates shapes and textures that quite mimic the texture and the pattern that's on the wallpaper already.
So I'm doing final touch-ups on a lime wash paint technique. Buco was kind enough to advise us on the method. We went with a light color as a backdrop, and then we take that same color, we mix it with a little bit of water. As you can see, the brush is quite wet once it's dripped into the paint. Then you kind of dry it semi, and then you crisscross with your hand. It creates the illusion that it's a wallpaper, but it's a very cost-effective way. We wanted really to go with a light, airy feel in this room, and this is definitely the effect that this paint gives you.
We a little bit crunched for time at the moment. I'm busy cleaning the floors so that we can mop it afterwards, and then we can finish with our styling.
I think with the massive raid from Woolworths and also a couple of thrift stores in the area, we've managed to make the space feel very eclectic, warm, cozy, different. When there was tension, we managed it, and we're still here, and we're still working together, and we're still trying to get the best out of both of us. Yes.
I'm tired, but I'm feeling so excited now that I've seen the couch arrive and it's looking all pretty. We just need to get it in the room now.
If you're a runner, they would call this pace setting. And we hope that we can maintain this pace or do even better.
There's so many things that need to be considered. Everything needs to be put in the exact right place.
Yeah.
Yo.
Right, duos, officially, your time is up! Tools down!
Okay, al klaar.
Let's find out what the judges think.
I'm very excited to be here. I got to know a little bit about the contestants. I'm really excited to see this empty shell that I saw before now has a little bit of a personality.
So I think the first observation for me really is the positioning of this desk. I think it's quite practical.
Yeah.
So you get to maximize the view, but without turning your back to the door. I love the concept of minimalism, but I feel like it misses that it factor. You know, it almost feels a little bit too minimalist. I think another thing I would have maybe changed is that curtain rail, just recess it into the ceiling. Because the space is so small, it would have been nice to just create that illusion of extra height and extra space. So it feels a little bit unfinished, but again, I love the quality of the curtain because you can see the light come through even if it's closed up.
For me, it's a memorable space because it's unique. You don't get this very often in South Africa. And I like how they used all the partners' materials, even though there's no core brick that you see, they brought in the so it's very thoughtful.
The one thing I would say is if you want to change this room, that water point there and that sink there is going to tie you down a little bit. But I think this is exceptional.
So the space is quite generous, I think, like the previous room we saw. And what I like is that they've added elements of storage. I love that they've sort of done this contrast statement feature with the storage wall in the dark grey, because everything else is quite light.
The one thing I do like is the small things I can see is the finishing on that top shelf there. It almost looks like a marble finish.
Yes.
But I think that's also just a wraparound veneer. And then inside, something I haven't seen for a while is this finish. Normally they just finish this with the white. So they did a lot of thinking in here.
Well, I think that's a great start. We've got three very distinct rooms, and we've got some decisions to make. So
A lot to consider.
Let's go, Judge.
Let's do it.
Now, this is how things are going to work after every challenge. Your judges will give you a scoring out of 6, which represents a full case of Woolworths signature wines. I mean, we are in the winelands, of course, after all. Only the winning duo will receive a total of 6 bottles, and the remaining teams will receive anywhere between 1 and 5 bottles.
It's a very interesting twist to have the wine bottles as a point and scoring system.
By the end of this entire season, the duo with the most amount of bottles will be our judges' favorite. So you ready to find out what the judges had to say about your apartments?
Yeah, let's do it.
House signature Shiraz. Well done. House signature Chardonnay. With 6 bottles, house signature Shannon. Yeah!
What a delight.
Wow.
We did not see that coming.
We're still on the podium.
We will definitely come back stronger and perhaps win the next round.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Kind of for a moment takes your breath away. It's a beautiful escape. It kind of gives you like a wraparound cocoon feeling. It feels like I now want to become a potato. What I'll take with me is the touch of personality that they incorporated.
I'm a big fan of those little jars. I don't know what's in there. It's like
A little garden.
Does have a lot of character and personality.
I don't
as
even
well.
know what that is, but I like it. I definitely think they deserve to win.
It's not something that I would typically go for, but because it's so well done, I can appreciate it.
Given the time constraints that we had, the fact that they even pulled this off is,
It's
insane.
I'm excited to see how they pull it through to the rest of the house.
Yeah.
Subscribe now and never miss an episode.